you, Grenada. Friday morning, the second day of November 2018, and another weekend on our hands. Thank you very much, pilgrims, for joining us for today's edition of Gudday Grenada. This morning, take it light. Let's give CCJ a little break. We're going to pay tribute to an outstanding gentleman. An outstanding gentleman. Any of you who use the media a lot or follow social media have heard about this gentleman. You all know about him. His name is John Rullow. We're going to pay a mini tribute to Mr. Rullow this morning. And in addition to that, we're also going to take a look at some of the ships that have been coming in here as Grenada gets into full swing with its 2018-2019 cruise ship season. You're going to see some of these ships, or vessels in some cases. Of course, we've got the national report for you. And this being a Friday, folks, we have got the Friday Funnies. This morning, I can pretty much guarantee you a chuckle or a laugh as we look back at what it was like growing up. You know, so many things have changed over the years. And there are a lot of parlances which you just don't hear too much anymore. But our good friend, Anthony DeRiggs, is going to take a look at some this morning. And folks, please settle down and relax, because I guarantee you, you're going to laugh your head off. Funny, funny stuff. Anyhow, so let's get into today's program. Despite what anybody may say about Citizen John Rullow, he is a knowledgeable figure re constitutional matters. And even his critics do take note that he has a fair amount of knowledge on the subject. But because of the political football game which government is playing with the minds of the people, their hypocrisy is identifiable in different faces and figures. So, if they were going to be fair and take the correct approach, there would have been no reason why this gentleman could not have been part of the process. And it is nice to know that despite the several challenges he gave to the government to meet him in a debate, they never accepted. And you know why. I pay tribute to a man who, though not able to see, has the knowledge that many MPs are void of. Maybe that's why they choose to avoid him. Rullow's memory is great. His memory bank, that is great. He is fearless in his utterances. And what Grenada refuses to embrace, others wish they had. This man should be used by the Ministry of Education to bridge the I don't know gap, thereby turning things around educationally. But because of the tribal division that has been created, he is often despised and treated as an outcast, as seen from time to time by the way some people treat him. But I salute the contributions that this man continues to make to his country and its people. Thanks again, my friend, fellow citizen and Grenadian, John Rullow. Though you may not have sight, as I do, your insight and perception has surpassed many, without a doubt. Cheers, Citizen Rullow. Folks, I came across that from a well-meaning, well-thinking, and much appreciated person on Facebook. And because I happen to consider John Rullow a dear friend, I thought I'd share that with you this morning. Just before I move into the cruise ship part of things, I want to say good morning to the folks out there on Facebook. Yeah, they're on the other platforms as well, and we'll say hi to them in just a wee bit. But I see that Bernard Gilbert is saying good morning to you guys. Good morning, Bernard. Lion Thomas, thumbs up. Big thumb, Lion. And Veronica Sandy. Oh, hello there, Veronica Sandy. Oh, my gosh, lady, you are so loyal. Thank you. I hope you're spreading the word around and sharing us and liking us here on Grenada Broadcast, especially Gudday Grenada. And she's saying, George Grant, sir, here are you doing, oh, how are you doing today? And she's saying, good morning, Grenada. And then, of course, our good buddy out there in Europe, Switzerland, Zurich, to be precise. Chester, hi, guys. Nice talking with you yesterday, Chester. Hope everything's going okay. And so, now, let me start. Oh, Nesta. Hello, Nesta. Nice to see you as usual, girl. Please say hi to the kitties for me. And, yeah, just let me start pulling up these cruise ship images because I really, really, really want to share these with you. As he scrolls, Okay, now, here we go. It appears that the 2018-2019 cruise season has now begun in earnest. Although it officially began on September 24th, a lot earlier than it normally does, with the inaugural call of the Carnival Breeze, which has a capacity of, has a capacity of 4,424. There she is. That's the Carnival Breeze. Carnival Breeze was in here on the 24th. Since then, we have not had really big ships until recently. We've had smaller ships like the Vila, and let me show you what the Vila is like. Take a look at that. Isn't that majestic? Isn't that a majestic sailing ship? You know, certainly doesn't have anywhere near the 4,000 plus that the Carnival Breeze has, but still a beautiful ship. And then there's the Diamant, D-R-A-M-A-N-T. Take a look. There she is. Also another majestic cruise ship. And now this ship's been coming here for years and years and years. This ship is called the Mandalay. You may call her more of a sailing vessel, if you will. Pretty much every weekend she's in port. I think they do some cruises up to the Grenadines. That is the Mandalay, my dear friends. Yes, sirree, the Mandalay. And finally, here is who's this one? This is the Sagita, or Sagita, S-A-G-I-T-T-A. There's the Sagita, another majestic looking ship. Now, since these ships started coming in here in the month of September, October, it's only 2 days ago that we had another biggie, not really huge, nothing compared to the Carnival Breeze. But there's another ship called the Astor, and this is a shot of the Astor. She was in port recently, And while the Breeze had 4,400 plus on board, this ship only has about 650. And yesterday, we had another pretty big one in here, but I do not have an image of that one. That was the Celebrity Summit with a capacity of 2,450. Now, the next call is going to be, let's see here. Next call will, with any substantial number, the small ships are going to continue coming in here, but the next call with any substantial number of passengers on board will be the Carnival Breeze. She's coming back. What I find a little bit puzzling here is that when the Carnival Breeze came in here recently, we were told that she had a capacity of 4,420 passengers or whatever. But as I continued looking through the schedule, only last night, I see that her capacity is now 3,690. That's according to the GTA. Now that's a little bit concerning, because how could that ship have 4,400 capacity? I'm not saying passengers, I'm saying capacity on one day, and on the next day it has 3,690. Huh? So anyhow, and so for the month of October, the GTA has predicted only 1,090 passengers. But in November, this month, the prediction dramatically increases. They are calling for 54,000 in capacity this month. Do you realize, folks, you're talking half the population of Grenada, 54,000 people coming here on cruise ships alone. We're not talking about the people who come through the Maurice Bishop International Airport, okay? So, 54,263 this year, and in this month, and in December, they are predicting, get this, 74,918 people. Huh? It's a lot of people. Not bad, eh? Well, there you have it. So much for the cruise ships. And I think right now it's about time that we roll up our sleeves and get ready for the national report from the GIS. And I just want to remind you once more, folks, after the GIS, settle back, because we've got some funny stuff coming your way from Mr. DeRiggs. Okay, so let's take a little break, come back with the GIS.
Grenadian General Insurance Company, strength and stability. Grenadian General Insurance Company, tell your friends, tell your family. We cover householders comprehensive, motor and even fire too. Contractors all risk burglary, public liability, professional indemnity, directors liability, and wait, we still have more. Come and find out more what you're waiting for.
We are located on Scott Street, St. George's. For more information, call 440-2434.
Tell everybody.
Juve chocolates, cocoa nibs, and cocoa balls from Diamond Estate Grenada are now available at Amazon.com, Amazon.ca, Amazon.co.uk, and GrenadaMarket.com. Try their sensational touch of nutmeg and a touch of ginger chocolates, 75% dark and rich, 100% pure cocoa, and their 60% dark and sweet chocolate bars today. Amazon Prime members enjoy free shipping on these orders in the USA, Canada, and Europe. GrenadaMarket.com. When you can't come to the island, the products of the island will come to you.
I'm always on the move. training, traveling, competing.
A commemorative postage stamp.
So it's good to know I have Co-op Bank in the palm of my hand.
Introducing e-banking, one of many customer convenience services from Grenada Cooperative Bank, and there's more to come.
It's swift, simple, and secure.
Welcome home.
Conveniently located in the Grandand Shopping Center, for over 40 years, Food Fair has provided quality service at affordable prices. Now, grocery shopping is made easier and more convenient from the Food Fair web store.
Hey, babe. Listen, I need you to go down to Food Fair to get some groceries.
Alright, no problem. Right away.
Thanks, babe. What are you doing? You're supposed to be going Food Fair to get a grocery, man.
I am, but didn't you know you can order your groceries online from the Food Fair web store?
Are you serious?
Of course. All you have to do is just to log on to www.foodfair.gd with credit card in hand, and with an order of $100 or more, Food Fair Granads will deliver up to 3 miles away. And you don't even have to worry about your information, you know. Their safety measures are excellent.
So hold on. You just order online and Food Fair will deliver to you?
Yep,
Oh, baby, better hurry up and order, man.
I already did. They should be here any minute now.
Enjoy easy online shopping anytime from your home or office from the Food Fair web store. Food Fair, where you can fill your baskets without emptying your pockets.
Okie doke, folks. I'm going to head back to just before we bring up the national report. I'm going to head back here to Facebook for just a wee bit. John has checked in there. John, I hope you're not looking at my feet this morning. Yeah, my compression socks. Nah, ain't wearing them. But thank you very much anyway, John. It's almost approaching time now for another visit to that favorite little restaurant of ours down there on the Carenage, and looking forward to that. Now, I see here that in addition to John, Veronica Sandy says yes, she will, whatever. Junior, hello, I can't believe it. Junior, you are meting out accolades just by your presence here this morning. Junior George, a good friend who does I think he does it every day. Right along with Junior George. Incredible program. Check it out right on Facebook. And Nesta has also promised that she's going to say hi to her little kitties for me. Nesta has got 2 gorgeous children. Really, really nice kids. A boy and a girl. And Veronica Sandy, looking at the pictures a little while ago, she's beautiful. Oh, yeah. Fitzroy, hello, Mr. Adams. Fitzroy Adams is saying good morning to everybody who's watching. And Veronica is also saying good morning to Cuz Agnes. Where's Agnes? I don't see Agnes on the box. John out there in Carriacou says that the Mandalay is in Carriacou every Thursday, and it's a lovely ship. You know, John, I have never been on board the Mandalay. I've been on board a lot of the bigger ships, and by the way, I've never gone on a cruise, okay? But back in the days when I used to work with a rum runner, I got to know a lot of people who worked on these ships, and they'd take you on board to have lunch or whatever. And the Mandalay, even though I have not gone on board, I understand that cruising with that ship, these are barefoot cruises, you know, very, very laid back, you know, forget about jacket and tie and all this kind of stuff. Very, very laid back and an awful lot of fun. So yes, Agnes Hopkin Williams is saying good morning, Cuz. Veronica Sandy. Oh, so Agnes knows Veronica and Veronica knows Agnes. Nice of you folks, and like I said, please share and like. That's it. That's all I'm going to ask. Now, let us now get into today's national report, and then Anthony DeRiggs. Get ready to chuckle as you reminisce about what it was like growing up in this country. Here we go.
Parliamentary Elections Office ready for Referendum Day. Details to this story and more in the National Report. With the details to the news for Thursday, November 1st, 2018, I am Delroy Louison. The Parliamentary Elections Office says it is fully equipped with the administrative and technical support to ensure a transparent process on Referendum Day. During a press conference on Thursday, top officials at the office said all is in place for the referendum process, with police voting on Friday and the rest of the electorate voting next week Tuesday. Acting Supervisor of Elections Alex Phillip said there are 79,401 registered voters spread across the 269 polling stations. Mr. Phillip says their priority is to ensure transparency.
At the Electoral Office, we are always looking at best practices, and there are improvements from the elections and from the last referendum, because we have nothing to hide. What we want is that the public to be aware, and immediately after the preliminary results, as you're getting the information, so we'll be getting it at the office. We'll be doing our calculations, and the public should be aware. On the night of the 6th, sometime we hope before 8, as to whether the referendum is passed or not.
He also says the result on the day will be published publicly on a website, namely referendum2018.gd.
We are prepared. We have done what is expected of us by law. The ballots are ready, the boxes are ready, our polling stations are ready, our presiding officers, our poll clerks, our returning officers, and the rest is up to the public to come out to cast their vote for or against.
And while there was some concerns about the quality of the ballot paper, Mr. Michael Millett, the systems administrator at the Electoral Office, explained that consideration was given to the issue and assured that some changes were made.
I can't tell you the name of the paper, but we've played around with it. We've looked at it even before we approved the printing on it. What I can tell you, it is identical to what was used in the last referendum. The color is not a white paper. The quality is not as smooth as this paper that you have here. And if you hold it up to the light, which we tested, you would not be able to make a determination as to where the votes would have gone. Above this, we also would have spaced out the place for voting in a manner that affords the elector to fold the paper quite a few times before reaching up to the counterfoil. So it's not a one fold or two fold, maybe about 4 or even 5 times it's going to be folded. And if you look on screen here, the place for putting your vote is right down to the end of the paper. So this is going to get folded first. So there are going to be multiple folds before it reaches up to the line for the counterfoil to be torn off.
The bill requires 2/3 or 66.6% majority vote to be passed. Times are changing, and so must our attitude and actions. That advice from Minister for Climate Resilience, the Environment and Disaster Management, Senator Simon Steele. He was addressing participants at the first ever Youth for Climate Resilience and the Environment Symposium on Wednesday. Grenada has placed climate resilience on its priority list and has been working along with regional and international organizations to build its capacity. Minister Steele spoke to the timeliness of the symposium.
It places additional pressure on livelihoods, infrastructure, and our natural ecosystems. So on the heels of the 1.5 special report from the IPCC, it stresses the urgent need for action to reduce greenhouse gas emissions with the hope of mitigating the worst impacts of climate change. And given that we already experience here in Grenada and witness across the islands of our Caribbean family, such a symposium is indeed timely.
He says a change in attitude will require a different approach to the way we do things.
Building climate resilience will be imperative for Grenada, Carriacou and Pitmantini as we seek to maintain our livelihoods and prosperity in the face of such daunting odds. It will mean rethinking the way we plan, design and build. It will mean reconsidering our agricultural practices and how and when we plant.
Minister with responsibility for disaster management, Senator the Honorable Dr. Winston Garvey, supports the move to act urgently to tackle climate change and cushion its effects.
In this world of climate change, we understand as small island developing states, our contribution to the greenhouse gas is very negligible. But in terms of impact from climate change, we get the worst of it. Something has to be done to protect our states. And that's where you have to come in to, at your young age, start to do the research and to present your papers and to lobby governments and to lobby organizations that in order for us to save this piece of rock that we call Grenada, our home, we have to do more.
Following the symposium, a national youth statement will be formulated and presented at the 24th Conference of Parties in Poland in December. This is the National Report. Stay tuned, we'll have more news when we return.
On November 6, 2018, Grenadians will go to the polls to vote in a referendum. The polls open at 6 a.m. and close at 5 p.m. Remember, first check the voters list outside the polling station before seeing the poll clerk, who will enter your name into the poll book. The presiding officer will then instruct you how to vote before issuing you with a folded ballot paper. After voting, remember to fold the ballot paper how it was given to you. You will then immerse your finger into the electoral ink before placing your ballot into the box. This is a message from the Parliamentary Elections Office.
Welcome back. Falling in line with this year's Child Month theme, keeping all our children safe, children across the Tri-Island state have been helping to raise awareness on how this can be done. The messages were made clear during their Child Month March in various parishes. We get the details from Annette Moore.
Due to the recent upsurge in the number of reported cases of child abuse and neglect, the focus for Child Month this year is on all forms of child abuse and on road, internet, fire and water safety. Students, educators and even some parents took to the street in burnt orange t-shirts beginning on October 16th in a series of district school marches based in the respective communities. GIS spoke with some organizers of and participants in the District 3 March.
Today they are here to put out a word to our country that we need protection. They need to listen to them as well and love all our little children in our nation. Some of our slogans came from the ministry and I think it was very appropriate for today, and the people that are viewing on the outside here today, I think they are taking note.
We really put on a good show and the children did enjoy themselves. And we saw the theme in the displays, the placards and the costumes and so that the children wear. And it is our hope that this sends a strong message that we can get more years for pedophiles, we can have change of laws, and we can have parents being more serious about the rules as parents.
A challenge trophy will be given to the school with the most creative chants, slogans and drama or displays during the street marches.
Today's exercise was very exciting for the Child Protection Authority to be part with District 3 marching through the town of Grenville and raising awareness in terms of child protection. The theme, keeping all children safe, and looking at all the components of fire safety and being safe from child abuse, and all those things are in keeping with what we do on a daily basis.
We thank the Ministry of Education for allowing them to come out and let their voices be heard, because at the end of the day, parents and teachers and civil society can speak, but it's also and always good to hear from the horse's mouth, the children themselves, especially how they feel when they are abused or when they are potentially see the other classmates being abused.
The Child Protection Officer urged citizens to continue to be vigilant regarding child safety throughout the year and to comply with the mandatory reporting of all cases of child abuse by making use of the child abuse hotline numbers 435-0293, 533-6990 and the Special Victims Unit number, which is 400. He also urged schools and churches to ensure that those numbers are accessible to who may need them.
So we just want to say congratulations to the ministry for coming up with this theme, and congratulations to all the schools who came out and did their portrayals. I think the message was well sent, and we want the schools and the children to continue championing the cause of child protection around the entire island.
The Child Month activities, which began on October 1st, will end on October 31st with an address by the Minister for Education, Human Resource Development and Religious Affairs, Honorable Emmeline Pear. For the National Report, I'm Annette Moore.
And finally, Minister for Social Development, Housing and Community Empowerment, the Honorable Delma Thomas, made an official visit to the Sister Isle this week, accompanied by other ministry officials. The visit was made as Grenada prepared to bring the curtains down on celebrations in observance of the Month of the Child and the Elderly. Accompanied by the Minister for Carriacou and Petite Martinique Affairs, the Honorable Kendra Matthew Stewart, Minister with responsibility for youth development, the Honorable Kate Lewis, and other ministry officials, Minister for Social Development, Housing and Community Empowerment, the Honorable Delma Thomas, made a visit to Carriacou on Tuesday. In what was her official visit to the Sister Isle on reassuming the post of Social Development Minister following the last general elections, Minister Thomas used the opportunity to pay a courtesy visit to the oldest woman in the state of Grenada, Miss Massima Noel, and residents of the Top Hill Home for the Aged. This was in commemoration of Month of the Elderly 2018. With October also being the Month of the Child, the minister also stopped off at the Christine David Child Development Center.
Month of the Elderly. Last Saturday, I visited the Kajona home, which is also in my constituency, and we provided lunch for the residents there. Today, we are in Carriacou visiting elderlies within the area of Carriacou. At present, we are in the Top Hill Home for the Aged, visiting the elderly citizens here, and we know that they have made a major contribution in terms of nation building, and therefore we are just paying them tribute and visiting them as part of the Month of the Elderly.
Supervisor for the Desk of the Elderly, Lydia Thomas, was also part of the contingent. She expressed thanks to all who contributed to this year's observance.
As we continue to celebrate the Month of the Elderly, and our theme for this month is celebrating human rights champions, we are here in Carriacou to meet some of those champions who have paved the way for us, hard-working older persons. This month has been a very active month. We've had a number of activities, and even today we have the minister out with us visiting also in Carriacou together with our team. And I would just like to thank everyone for participating in the Month of the Elderly, persons, the private sector who came on board, the persons, the community groups.
The SEED program also plays a big role in supporting our elderly citizens. And SEED manager Leonora George Buckmeyer says the elderly need to be commended for their valuable contributions to our society.
They would have paved the way, as we say. They would have been educators, nation builders, construction workers. So they would have done so much for us, and we need to be grateful. And so SEED, we are happy to be on board because we do have a large chunk of our beneficiaries being SEED elderly. And the government is committed through its social safety net policy and through other programs to assist those persons, or golden persons, in these twilight years.
The ministry will make another visit to Carriacou before the end of the year. For the National Report, I'm Delroy Louison. And with that story, we conclude the National Report for the first day of November 2018. Now recapping the top story, Parliamentary Elections Office ready for Referendum Day. And that's the National Report. Thank you for joining us. I'm Delroy Louison.
Spread some cheer and show you care with Grenlex Give a Wish promotion.
Do you know someone who has had a challenging year and deserves some good fortune, or a worthy cause that needs extra support? Grant them a wish this holiday season with GRENLEC. Just pay your bill in full, then write their name, address, and phone number on the top portion of your bill. Add your phone number and drop it into the wish box at any of our GRENLEC customer centers, or you can enter online via our Facebook page. 15 customers will receive a $500 electricity voucher for giving a wish to someone who deserves it. And 15 winners will each have their wish granted, valued at up to $1,500. What's more, 230 lucky customers will win $75 electricity vouchers. Spread the cheer this year with GRENLEC's Give a Wish promotion. Visit our website or Facebook page for more information. Terms and conditions apply. Promotion ends December 21st.
Pure Grenada, the Isle of Spice, is more than a slogan. Grenada boasts some of the world's best spices like nutmeg, mace, clove, ginger, turmeric, and true cinnamon. These clean and naturally safe pesticide-free spices that were once available only in local markets are now one mouse click away at GRENADABROADCAST.com. Our spices are responsibly harvested in small batches to preserve freshness, unlike some bulk spices that sit around in silos all year round. Log on to www.GRENADAMarket.com and shop for Grenada's best spices. GRENADAMarket.com. When you can't come to the island, the products of the island will come to you.
Can I have a chicken lunch, please? Large.
Real nice today.
I don't want that.
But you just asked for a chicken lunch.
I don't have problem with the lunch. Afraid the container.
What is the problem with it?
These styrofoam containers, they don't good for the environment. They shorten with life.
What foolishness you telling me? So what you want me to use?
Put my food in this. Where you get that? At the food fair, where you could get all biodegradable food boxes and disposable food supplies like cups, plates, anything you could think about. Name it, it's there. And they don't harm the environment. Food Fair, taking the lead in cleaning up and protecting the environment. Hey, like you take me advice, you get in your biodegradable food supplies.
Well, girl, I supporting who's supporting the environment. That is why I shop in at Food Fair.
Food Fair, where you can fill your baskets without emptying your pockets. Products distributed by Hubbard's agency, Kirani James Boulevard.
I'm always on the move. Training, traveling, competing.
A commemorative postage stamp.
So it's good to know I have Co-op Bank in the palm of my hand.
Introducing e-banking, one of many customer convenience services from Grenada Cooperative Bank. And there's more to come.
It's swift, simple, and secure.
Welcome home.
Alrighty, folks. Alrighty. 21 minutes away from the hour, local time. Now, while you were listening to and watching the GIS report, there were some comments posted on the show on the Facebook page, and I just want to take a look at one of them here. John, out there in Carriacou, is asking the question, what is the wording on the referendum paper? So, John, while you guys were listening, Georgie Porgy went to the Parliamentary Elections Office website, and by the way, you can check it out. It's PEOGrenada.org. Okay? And I came across the question. Now, on the ballot paper, do you approve the bill for an act proposing to alter the Constitution of Grenada, cited as Constitution of Grenada, Caribbean Court of Justice, and renaming of Supreme Court Amendment Bill 2018? That's what you're going to be confronted with when you walk into that polling booth. All right? And you vote yay or nay. As I listen to all of the campaigning that's going on, the campaigning seems to be aimed at one thing. Will Grenada accede to the appellate jurisdiction of the CCJ? Me ain't seen nothing about, I'm not hearing anything about approving the bill for an act proposing to alter the Constitution of Grenada, cited as Constitution of Grenada, Caribbean Court of Justice, and renaming of Supreme Court Amendment Bill 2018. Why the discrepancy? Why the discrepancy? I can't understand. And believe me, I'm trying to figure it out. But anyway, John, I hope I've answered your question. That's it. And like I said, you can go check it out, peogrenada.org. Okay. What else is on Facebook here? Andrea St. B. Mitch is saying, good morning. Hey, seems like a lot of people I know this lady, Andrea. Good morning, Andrea. Thanks for joining us. And Earl Joseph Maitland, you're late this morning, young man. Where the heck you been? Huh? Slept in, didn't you? All right. John, by the way, in Carriacou also says here that there's serious sand mining still going on and not being dealt with in Carriacou. John, I give up. Sorry to say that, but I can't look at you in the eye and lie. I've heard so much brouhaha about this, and diddly squat is being done. I'm only a broadcaster, okay? All I can do is bring this stuff to the attention of the people. I can't go down there with a bull pistol and, nah, no sir. Now, on that note, we're almost there. We're almost there. Let's take one more. Should I? Nah, we're not going to take a little break. I'm not going to keep you in suspense any longer. We're just going to get right now to Mr. Anthony DeRiggs. Talks about Asham. Right? Were you guys in the cemetery last night? Yeah, and a number of different things he talks about, which, as you listen to this, you're bound to remember what it was like growing up as a child. Check it out.
While growing up in Grenada, corn was always an important food. We roasted our corn, and when All Saints' time rolled around on November the 1st, we all had our asham made with grounded corn and sugar added. Now, talking about asham, let me tell you something. We loved our asham. Nenin always used to tell me not to eat too much asham because I go puff. One thing about Grenadians, but we have some words there. I don't know where they come from. Puff. And last you heard the word puff, or expression. She told me I was too lickerish. Boy, I put a bun load of licks on the asham. But I thank Papa God, I never puff. And the ripe fig competitor told me not to eat in the hot sun. Well, that was my favorite. I ate so much of them, but they never knocked me down. Old people used to say, boy, that fig will knock you down if you eat it in the hot sun. Now Teresita peeped through her window once and told me, boy, you're sucking too much mangoes. You go get shittings. Well, I suck mangoes as if they put light on me, but I never got shittings. I even suck them juicy mangoes. There's some nice juicy ones that the Congaree used to bite. I suck them too. Mac May Philip once told me that I look like a wooden judge in a ram goat session. I still don't know what he meant. And when I woke up in the morning and there was a little cold sore by my mouth, they told me that a cockroach kissed me. And I resembled a jumbie bead. A cockroach ever kiss you? They told me to wash my face and take out the cacaje from my eyes and the bridle from my mouth. Well, then I took a quick bath under the pipe. We had this outside pipe. I call it a George Otway. Some places it was called a Western. After the Western movies, a very quick bath. A George Otway or Western. So it was a quick bath. But you can't blame me at all because the pipe was in the middle of the yard. And I didn't want them fast people because them people fast and they're always peeping. I didn't want them to maco my police. Well, I bounced up a TB woman. The TB woman looked at me. She said, what are you watching me for? Well, I replied, well, you cut my eye now. She said I was barring her, and she asked me, your father is a glassmaker? I replied, oh, come, woman. A thief your white fowl? She said, Mako, they send you for me? Tell them you ain't see me. I said, watch, let me go my way, eh? Let me go my way. It's me you have strength on. And her final words to me. You gonna miss me, we? You look like a dry okra stick. You told me I look like a dry okra stick. Well, just then, man, a big political meeting was taking place. All kind of wash your foot and come. And they assembled. Boy, 2 rotten eggs whizzed by. A ball out ruction in the place. If that continued, but it was bye-bye Blakey for me. I ain't sticking around at all. Lord, boy, it was fire in the Congo. But the politician, you know them politicians, the man kept using some big hang-gibbet words. Like he swallowed a dictionary. An old Rumbo from Mr. Marshall Rumshop looked at the politician and he said, preach it, brother, preach it, preach it. That ain't no man talking there, boy. That ain't man pooper, that ain't man pooper. Someone asked him if he was from Bajo and showed him where the church was because he was just preaching to the politician. Boy, sometimes when we are going through the door, we are strange people, you know. We going through the door and we look back and say, I come in, eh? I come in. We go in and we come in. Well, I held on to my girl and I went inside the house. My friends got vexed because I left them with their conversation outside and asked me if I have boarding cage. Boy, if you see me, I hug up so tight. Breeze can't pass. Well, who I bounced up when I came out was Father Priest. He told me I was shocked. He said I was shocked with you. Your leg was a big one in church while I was preaching. and you leg out near to the pulpit. Told me if I continue to do that in church, go give me something to cork me. Well, then I make up my mind. I say, look, nobody go catch me with them tricks that they try on me in Grenada. Miss Vero caught me once with a trick. She made a fist with she hand, and she told me to pinch the spot by the little finger, the pinky finger we call it. They were to pinch that spot. Foolish me. I pinch the spot. Boy, when I pinch the spot, she ball out. Aha! Boy, you pinch full bam bam. That bugger. Again, boy, I don't know where we just come up with all these words, you know. And if you're playing stupid, or you're playing fresh, as they will tell you in Grenada, somebody gonna tell you, catch your fallen self. Now tell me something. How you go catch your fallen self? Our slang, our expressions. You feel like eating a roast corn, just grab one. Grab the big one right here. Anthony DeRiggs.
Now, come on. Now, come on. Be honest with me. Didn't that bring a chuckle to you? Huh? This guy is just awesome. I see here on Facebook, Andrea seems to think that he may have forgotten at least one. She says here, "Jukot me aina." I remember that very well, Andrea. And while you were listening to this, I was also making a couple of little notes here. Mako. You know, any time somebody sort of was spying on you, they were a Mako. What are you watching? Mako in me? You fast. Remember that? You fast. How about ruction in the place, man? Yeah? Wash your foot and come. I'll never forget this one. There was for those of you who grew up in the Grenville area, you're familiar with a place or a drink, a soft drink years ago called Sky High. That was at the junction. Oh man, it's the name of that place again. The junction. Anyway, you know where Sky High was. And from time to time, they would have dances. And my parents used to describe those fetes as wash your foot and come. In other words, very casual. Today we would say cash, you know, but it was wash your foot and come. You didn't have to be fancy and stuff like that. I come in. Again, you could be going or coming. I come in. Somebody, you call somebody. I come in. Hold straight. Then the name Vero. Vero seems to have been a very popular name when I was growing up in La Bay. I know that I lived on a bit of a hill, and there was a little settlement right below us. And the matriarch in that settlement was a lady named Vero. Everything that happened had to go to or through Vero. And I'm not sure it was her sister. Her sister was named Benicia. I haven't heard that name since I left that neighborhood. Let me see. I'm 67 years old. I probably left that neighborhood more than 50 years ago. Okay, haven't heard the name Vera or Benicia since. Then you're playing fresh. Your manager, okay. And finally, the one that I really like. Make a fist and pinch that. See that? See that? How many of you remember what that was supposed to be? Huh? Huh? Oh yeah. Let's see here. Sirla Francis on Facebook says, cheers. Veronica Sandy says, Mako man. Yeah, Veronica, you know what I'm talking about. And she also says, my grandma and father worked there. I guess she means at the Sky High soft drink factory. Well, the things you learn. Okay, folks, let me take another quick little break here because we're starting to run out of time. So let me take a quick little break here and we'll come back with an inspirational for you. Don't start logging off yet. Wait for this inspirational. Wait, you got to hear this. Important. Okay? Here we go.
Spread some cheer and show you care with Grenlec's Give a Wish promotion. Do you know someone who has had a challenging year and deserves some good fortune or a worthy cause that needs extra support? Grant them a wish this holiday season with Grenlec. Just pay your bill in full, then write their name, address, and phone number on the top portion of your bill. Add your phone number and drop it into the wish box at any of our Grenlec customer centers, or you can enter online via our Facebook page. 15 customers will receive a $500 electricity voucher for giving a wish to someone who deserves it, and 15 winners will each have their wish granted, valued at up to $1,500. What's more, 230 lucky customers will win $75 electricity vouchers. Spread the cheer this year with Grenlec's Give a Wish promotion. Visit our website or Facebook page for more information. Terms and conditions apply. Promotion ends December 21st.
Grenadian General Insurance Company, strength and stability. Grenadian General Insurance Company. Tell your friends, tell your family. We cover householders comprehensive, motor and even fire too. Contractors all risk burglary, public liability, professional indemnity, directors liability, and wait, we still have more. Come and find out more what you're waiting for.
We are located on Scott Street, St. George's. For more information, call 440-2434.
Tell everybody.
Pure Grenada, the Isle of Spice, is more than a slogan. Grenada boasts some of the world's best spices like nutmeg, mace, clove, ginger, turmeric, and true cinnamon. These clean and naturally safe pesticide-free spices that were once available only in local markets are now one mouse click away at GRENADABROADCAST. Our spices are responsibly harvested in small batches to preserve freshness, unlike some bulk spices that sit around in silos all year round. Log on to www.GrenadaMarket.com and shop for Grenada's best spices. GrenadaMarket.com. When you can't come to the island, the products of the island will come to you.
Alrighty, folks, just about time to pull the curtain down. Now remember, that is not called a foul. That's called a phallus posterior, if you will. Okay? Remember that. Now, just before we go, by the way, this morning I had a green light all the way here for the first 6 minutes of the program, and then it went yellow. I noticed that the stream hasn't been that bad for you folks out there this morning, but it was yellow until about 2 minutes ago, and now it's gone green again, which means that the stream should be perfect from now on. Amazing how things happen, eh? Just so amazing. Anyhow, Do you sometimes wonder where we as a people are heading? We've turned away from our Creator and have gone our own way. And now, guess what? We're paying the consequences. Although some of you may not even be aware of it. But guess what? There's hope. There is hope. Listen to this very short passage from 2 Chronicles 7:14. If my people who are called by my name will humble themselves and pray and seek my face and turn from their wicked ways, then I will hear them from heaven, and I will forgive their sins, and I will heal their land. Do you believe that this land is in need of healing right now? No doubt about it, folks. No doubt. But there are conditions under which He'll heal this land. Georgie Porgy is going to scoot now and extend an invitation to you before we go to join us on Sunday morning. Yeah, the usual suspects. Last night during McWe Chat, we had a power outage here, and as a result, we only got the first hour and 41 minutes, I think, of last night's edition of McWe Chat. It's up on the website, on Facebook, so you can check it out. And this weekend, the suspects are coming in to take one final look, if you will, at the upcoming referendum. I expect that we're going to get them started at about 10 o'clock, so we'll run for a couple of hours, 10 till 12. But the program on Sundays with George Grant, we have the editorials and the feedback and the scriptures and everything else. That's part of it's going to run from 9 to 10, okay? But the usual suspects will be with us on Sunday morning, okay? And I understand that they're also going to be joining us to provide coverage of the results of the referendum. And that's going to be on Tuesday. I imagine we'll get started 5, 6 o'clock. The polls apparently close at 5 o'clock. So I imagine we'll be starting at about that time. Georgie Porgy sending God's blessings your way, as always, because he cares. By his grace, we'll see you on Sunday morning.